barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. So, as you know, all y'all timelines is Eddie Hearn this, Eddie Hearn that, all these damn interviews. So I couldn't help myself. Shit, I must have watched at least an hour worth of Eddie Hearn's interviews, and I was falling asleep, waking up and shit. And let me say this: he's going down the line now. Mikey, guys, offer Earl Spence 8 million. Mikey Garcia 6. Sean Porter now gave comments on Tyson Fury, pay-per-view model, uh, HBO. You know, the list goes on and on. And my haters, but my true fans gonna fully understand what the hell I'm coming from. 3 months ago, 4 months ago, I told you guys Deontay Wilder will not fight Anthony Joshua next because I knew he had a deal in place with the Pevekins. I didn't tell you it was the Pevekins' name, but I told you guys it can't happen. Was I hoping and rooting for it? Yes. Did I know Deontay Wilder was pushing? Yes. Did I know everyone on YouTube was pushing? Yes. But I told you guys it couldn't happen next. I told you it happened second. And then the second big thing I told you guys is he's going to tantalize every fighter with money. He's going to tantalize you and push you and want you to sign with him, and he's going to leverage everything you do and say on your end and combat that with, oh, I can overpay you. I can give you more. I can give you this. Here's what I'm telling every fighter. Every fucking fighter. Steal his money and invest in yourself. So if he's going to offer you 10 million, don't do a 3-fight deal. Remember, he can't succeed without you. Listen to the underlining, the overlining, the middle message. Don't just take it as a fight. Eddie Hearn can't stay in business without you. He won't give you the perception of pressure. He won't give you the perception of anxiety. He will give you the perception of everything is going great. I am happy. I am the future of boxing. You either get with me or you don't. We all know he has an infatuation with Deontay Wilder. And Deontay Wilder, for him, is Nat Turner. If I can break you, if I can break the will of the people, breaking the will of the people and the masses is Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is more of a representation. As I tell you guys this about, just a small silhouette. Adrian Broner, it's not Adrian Broner I'm going after. It's what Adrian Broner represents in my community. So I know if I can get Adrian Broner, or not get him, it's not just me. It's everyone else involved who's trying to push him to be a better person. He's a representation and inspires a whole culture. As you guys know, he's a polarizing figure. Win or lose, draw, whatever you want, Adrian Broner is polarizing, right? And we must give him credit for that. But as I digress back into Eddie Hearn, he sees Anthony Joshua as Deontay Wilder as the prize. He is Nat Turner. He is Malcolm X. He is Fred Hampton. He is now LeBron James. If I can get this guy, everyone else will fall in place. He is the tough one. He is the quote-unquote leader of the New World Order. You know what I mean? I'm trying hard not to use these racial slurs and undertones, but you guys get where I'm going with this, right? And I'm telling every fighter, he cannot succeed without you. There's no way on God's green earth Eddie Hearn will be here 3 years from now, moving the way he's moving without you. You must understand your worth. I don't care what a reporter is telling you. I don't know what anyone's pushing you. If you want to contact me and email you, I can gladly help you, give you the confidence, because a lot of times, and you guys say, Fred, you think you God. I don't think I'm fucking God, but you always hear a lot of fighters. 8 out of 10 fighters say still today, I don't do my fights. I let my management team handle this. Well, a lot of times you don't know what your management team is doing. Look at Manny Pacquiao today. You know, Manny Pacquiao can't fight in America. Made all this money. inspired so many people here in America. Now let's get off of the bandwagon of who you rooted for, why you're not rooting for. Let's talk about this from a realistic perspective, from a pragmatic perspective. Manny Pacquiao should be worth at least $150 million right now. Net worth, not gross, net worth. If you think about it, all the pay-per-views, um, Floyd Mayweather, and now he can't fight in America because he has tax problems. He fought in Malaysia. He created a market in Malaysia, which is amazing. And the ironic thing about that is he caught it too late. He should have took Eric Morales too, over to Asia and packed that mother, get 100,000 person arena. You get it? Without Bob Arum. Don King did it with Chavez and Hogan, if I'm not mistaken. Haugen in Mexico, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know what the pace was, but it's funny how Don King was a visionary. You get what I'm saying? The Thriller in Manila. You understand what I'm saying? The Rumble in the Jungle. Like, it's so many different ways how we have a problem of executing someone else's vision. I'm going to say it again. We have a problem, and this is in boxing, and this is all of us in the entire world. We have a problem with willingly wanting to execute someone else's vision. Whether you're not getting a raise, whether you're a boxer and you say you let everyone, you let someone else handle who you fight next. No, nigga, you are the fighter. You handle who you want to fight next. You say who you want to fight next. And then you create a market for it. Make sense? I said you create a market for it. Do what you got to do to sell the fight. If you need 10,000 people in the arena to make $3 million, do that. Right? Do what you got to do. And at the end of the day, Eddie Hearn is going to push and push and push. But I will say this. He cannot succeed without you. All right? And if you allow him in your contract and give him leverage, you have failed your legacy. Because this is the time to cash out. I heard on the thing yesterday where there was like Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, they wouldn't do that fight unless it's $10 million. That's low money. You can go to Eddie Hearn and still keep your faculties in place, still keep your team in place. Do a pay-per-view in America and do the zone the rest of the world if you want to do it that way. He can't say no. Eddie Hearn is in a position where he can't tell us no. You can tell by the interviews. He sounds all passive and cool and confident, but I know these things because I've been in deals. I've been in deals sitting across from 3 Jewish men. I've been in the deals with ESPN. They begging me to take this deal. I've been in the boardroom with Warner Brothers. Multi-million-dollar deals, guys. I understand. I grasp these understandings. I know what it's like to, honestly, feel pressure. To think about, man, if I do this, all I have to do is focus on this, but I have the pressures of accomplishing it. Right? And that's what Eddie Hearn is up against. You guys fully understand where I'm coming from? And I would have been under their pressure. I would have to overpay some talent to fulfill these artistries or these movie deals that I possibly had in place. You know, I've been offered, you guys know I still own the rights to Pablo Escobar, his family. You guys know this. I've been offered 7 figures for it already, low 7 figures. I'm not going to sit here and lie and I've been worth 8, 9. No. But there's a merchandising deal attached to that. You guys understand what I'm saying? Merchandising is where Star Wars make all their money, guys. Not all their money, but they make over 40% of their income is through merchandising. I'm just guesstimating, but I know it's pretty close to that. Or the X-Men. You know, these shirts, these print shirts, these these cars, that have these names, the Spider and stuff like that. You think that, I mean, if you think they don't have to pay Marvel or Disney now? You understand where I'm coming from? Think for a second, and but so I held on and didn't pull the trigger. You know, it's easy to take $1 million or $2 million when my mind, see, when your mindset is still based off of when I have food stamps and all this, but your mindset should be where you're going, not where you're from. Where am I trying to go? Where am I trying to go with this? And that's what the fighters need to understand. You need to have your kids and your grandparents and your great grandkids in mind when you're making these deals now. Eddie Hearn has to give you money. He's not saying I will overpay. He's coming off kind of cool, like he's like the pimp, man. I'll protect you, baby. I got you. You know what I mean? He's not going to say I'm going to slap you and keep you in place. He's not going to say I'm going to drug you so you stay up all night and work this corner. He's going to say, man, I got a beautiful home. You see my car. You know me, see I'm all jeweled up. Roll with me. I'm the fly one. But when you move in, guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to be a living concubine, and he's going to put you on those pills to keep you up all night. And now you done sold yourself to the devil because now you don't even have a key to the house. You have to wait for him to pick you up. and that's what will happen if you don't dictate the terms to Eddie Hearn. You have to dictate the terms to Eddie Hearn. Now I'm not, like I told you guys need to take all his money. One fight deals at a time. You guys need to create a pseudo union. Everyone in PBC needs to create a pseudo union. Put your pride and your egos aside. If you have 5 friends in PBC, you guys align yourself. Obviously, converse with your management teams and everyone else aligned with PBC. And you lose your affiliation to PBC. You don't lose it. Understand where I'm coming from. You don't lose it. But you go off and you play Robin Hood. You rob the rich and give to the poor. Now, a lot of you guys don't say, oh, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I told you guys this was happening. It was probably the first video I did on this DAZN app when it was announced. I told you guys what will happen. And you guys can see he's going down the line. He took the low-hanging fruit. He's crawling right now. He's like my daughter right now, crawling around the house. You know what I mean? He's crawling. He's not getting nowhere fast. All right? And fighters, I need you to fully understand where I'm coming from. He cannot succeed without you. Now let's take it a deeper level. He cannot succeed without PBC fighters. Or fighters affiliated with PBC. Make sense? So the Charlos, the Wilders, increase your profile in your next fight and demand money. Demand terms. I want to fight here. I want this guarantee. He has no choice. He's not going to say this publicly. And who cares who says it publicly? Who says it publicly or privately? I silently invest in a lot of people. You guys follow me on Instagram. I invested in one of my drug dealer friends, and he had a car wash, but I didn't say this is my car wash. I don't care. Just here, take it. And I'm a silent business partner. I've done that so many times on a low level. I'm not saying I've done $1 million business, but on small levels. You understand where I'm coming from? I've done it and been successful and failed at it. Everything is not 100%. Excuse me. So here's what I'm telling all my PBC fighters. One fight deals. Dictate terms. Fanon, go to Fanon International. Consult with him. You know what I mean? On a he's the lawyer. He's the lawyer that I watch. I watch his videos a lot. Consult with him. I'm just a pragmatic person who's gone through this already. And there's no way you shouldn't be in charge when a man needs you. It's like when a woman walks out of your house. Like when your girl leaves you out of your house and you bought her car. You get where I'm coming from? She'll be back. Don't fret. Hold your water. Don't be emotional in a situation. She will come back. And vice versa for the woman. When your man leaves, he's coming back. Don't worry about it. Yeah. He's gonna be good for 2 or 3 weeks. He just got his check. You know what I mean? And as my grandmother used to say, new broom sweep good. You know what I mean? But when them stems start falling off, you can't hide, you can't push all that dirt underneath, you know what I mean, where you've been hiding it. So um, you guys are in a great position. You guys can keep the position you in and raise your profile and get more money. He's gonna have no choice. He's gonna have no choice but to be an inferior ally to PBC. Trust me. Trust me. Bob Arum realizes that now. But he got lucky. He got ESPN. So he has ties to ESPN and it saved his life. ESPN saved Top Rank like you wouldn't believe. Golden Boy is in trouble. They don't have the roster. So they have to create, they're trying to create, trying, but it's not successful because they don't have the athletes with profiles. We're an English, we are an English speaking country. Not out of disrespect, but I'm saying that's what it is. And when your roster is 50-60% non-English speaking, or maybe even greater, you can't propel your brand. PBC is an English speaking brand. PBC is a brand that's in the place in which it's building. Eddie Hearn is building a brand not in which place where he's from. And he thought he could just take it over and be smooth, but now he's starting to understand. He's starting to understand. And he's starting to mention more names. He's being more vocal. And every interview he does will have $1 million number with a fighter attached to it. No matter what's going on. You can be talking about the crime in Chicago. He's going to talk about, well, Errol Spence, I can get you $10 million. I'll put on this fight on DAZN. I'll give you $10 million and give Mikey Garcia 8. Oh, but what about the kids in Chicago? He's always going to leverage it to that because he know money is a very important variable to these fighters. All right? And this is just game one-on-ones and I'm talking to my PBC fighters. I'm telling you guys, please listen. Please listen to me. Go consult with your lawyers. If you don't have a lawyer, go to Fanon International. He gives great advice. I don't know what type of lawyer he is, but by the tone in his voice, and he's a black man, I would definitely reach out to him. You guys can easily get a hold of him through YouTube. And I know everyone has lawyers and have their teams, but it doesn't hurt just to hear someone for 30 to 45 minutes. Just hear what they got to say. And if his word proves to be true, throw him a bone. So that's it, man. Still in Vegas. I leave tomorrow, and I got some good stuff I'll be dropping it over time and through the fight. We got till September 8th through the fight. But fighters, listen. Jesse Vargas versus Delorme as a main event should let you know your worth. Let me explain. Let me say this one more time before I get out of here. Jesse Vargas versus Thomas Delorme as a main event in the first bout, in the first card in America, should excite every A and B level fighter in the world for that matter. But PBC, I'm telling you, you got action. Barbershop Conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Also follow me on Instagram at Silent Heroes. Talk to you guys soon, man. Peace.